everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. If you've been following along on my Instagram stories, you'll know a couple of weeks ago I posted looking for recommendations for new gels or curling custards for type 4 hair. Usually I use Eco Styler gel. That was my old go-to. And if I'm feeling extremely luxurious and indulgent, then I would use Kinky Curly Curling Custard, just based on the price point. That's why I say that. But I was looking for different things I can use that would work well, possibly for a lower price point, you know, just add some variety to it. So one of the things that I was recommended to use was called Curl Maker by Camille Rose. So I picked a Curl Maker, and luckily I actually found it on sale at the hair store not too far from me. I think it was $24 on sale, Canadian. I'll double check and maybe put in the description box if that's incorrect. Overall, my experience with it was really good. I was a little hesitant because I find that when things come in a pump, it's not strong enough to take on my hair. But I tried to adjust my technique, my wash and go technique, and rather than using, you know, a handful of gel like I usually do with Eco Styler to control my hair, I tried to really use a lot of water. And I know people always say, you know, use water, it activates the product, but I never really believed them. I don't know why. I thought they were just like, you know, those are type 3 people things, not type 4 curl things. Anyway, so I did use a lot of water. I used so much water, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the video, but I actually used a giant bowl of water because I didn't want to have the tap running, and I would literally like take some water in my hair, put it on the section, and put on the section. And I think I did that almost like 4 or 5 times per section, and it got really wet, and I think it helped. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's sustainable because I can't just walk around with a wet shirt all the time. But anyway, back to the product. So with my improved technique, I found this product worked really well. My curls are super shiny, well defined, and they have a lot of volume. So I was still, I guess, a little bit more heavy-handed than I should have been. So there is a gel cast, which I haven't crunched out completely because I want this style to last maybe the entire week if possible. Especially at the front, you can see these ones are still a little bit harder, but that's something I can work on. At the back, we still got some definition. It's a little bit fuzzier because my hair at the back is a lot tighter and denser and more resistant to styling products apparently. But overall, I think this is a really good substitute for my Kinky Curly Curling Custard. They have a lot of the same ingredients. You get a little bit less in this bottle compared to the Kinky Curly tub. I think this is a good alternative. It smells really nice, which is awesome. That's what I think of the Camille Rose Naturals Curl Maker. I look forward to using it a lot more during the summer. I'm really happy with the results, and we'll see how long it lasts. So I'll give you an update and let you know how it holds up throughout the week, and we'll see, does it have longevity? That's an important thing when it comes to my wash and goes. So thanks for tuning in.
All right, so let's get started. To start, I'm using the Camille Rose Naturals Curl Love as my leave-in conditioner. And for my styling product, I'm using the Curl Maker, and this is a curling jelly. So this is to define your curls, and as you can see, all the ingredients are natural, and I really like them. Whenever I do a wash and go, I like to start on shampooed and conditioned hair. This time I used a deep conditioner, so I'm going to rinse that out thoroughly before I apply any of my products. You'll want to make sure that all the conditioner is washed out of your hair, because sometimes you'll notice if you leave some residue or some conditioner in your hair, it might not mix well with your styling products, and that could lead to some white clumps, and nobody wants that for their wash and go. So make sure you thoroughly rinse out, make sure to get the scalp so there's no conditioner left in your hair at all. Alright, so another thing I learned when I went to the Curl Ambassadors to get my cut or trim last month, my stylist told me that I was using too much product, and she gave me some tips on how to apply product to my hair to get the best definition. So she said to add the leave-in conditioner when my hair is soaking wet, so I'm going to be doing that. And she actually recommended that I add some of the gel even before I start like really styling, so while I'm still in the shower my hair is still soaking wet. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm starting with a large dollop of leave-in conditioner per side, and then I'm going to squeeze that in and make sure my hair is detangled and that my hair is well coated with the conditioner. After the leave-in conditioner, I'm going to be adding the gel, and she said to use just a little bit, so about the size of 2 loonies. So I've done 3 pumps, and I'm going to spread that over my entire head of hair. One of the most important things for type 4 curls in order to get the best definition is to really lock in that moisture. Make sure your hair is soaking wet while you're styling. So in order to try and keep some of that moisture in, I'm going to be putting a plastic shower cap over my head. So you can use a disposable one, a plastic bag, whatever it may be, just to trap in that moisture so your hair doesn't dry out. Another tip, which I'm sure most people know by now, but you definitely want to work in sections. There's no way I could get my curls defined if I just took a huge, large clump. So I'm going to section off small parts so I can really work the product in and try and get the curls the most defined. And like I said earlier, I want to keep the moisture in my hair, so any hair that I'm not working on is going to stay in the shower cap. So to start, for the back section here, I'm using 2 pumps of the Curl Maker jelly, and I'm going to smooth that in with my fingers. Now, some people do like to use styling tools like a Denman brush or a detangling brush. I find that that doesn't work as well on my hair, so I'll use my fingers. And as you'll notice, I kind of duck down every so often, and that's when I'm adding water to my hair. So I'm scooping some water into the palm of my hand, adding that to the section, and continuing to smooth it through. And I'm not adding that much more jelly, I'm just trying to get the water to activate the product. I completed the rest of my hair off camera just because I noticed I was getting water everywhere. So now to show you how I define the front section, it's a little bit less time consuming because the hair at the front of my head is naturally a lot less dense. I find I don't have to use quite as much water or as much product, and you'll notice that too as I go through this section. So same idea, I sprayed the section with water to make sure it was really wet, and then I applied the product using my fingers and rake that through. To help the front curls curl up a little bit more and blend with the rest of my hair, I like to twirl them around my finger, so to kind of encourage it, because as you'll notice, a lot of the curls at the front actually tend to do a loose wave kind of thing, and I don't like the way that falls very much, so I usually will do a finger coil, and that helps it look a little bit curlier. To help my hair dry a bit quicker, I'm going to be sitting under a hooded dryer, and I place these silver clips in the front of my hair so my hair dries with a bit more volume at the roots and it doesn't look completely flat. So here's my hair after it's completely dry. I sat under my hooded dryer for an hour and 35 minutes, and I actually really like the final look. It looks super defined still, and it still had that nice shine that I noticed when I applied the product. So let me know your thoughts. Have you tried Camille Rose's curl maker for your wash and go? How'd it turn out for you? Let me know down below in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.